In this video, the final video, we're going to pick up where we left off in the second video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to take these images that we've placed from InDesign and from Illustrator and make them have color. So the first one I'm going to do is going to be this little medallion that's in the back. So you can either right click and then edit original, or you can go to the links dialog box, open it up, and choose the pull down menu when you have the right one selected and edit original. Either way works just exactly the same, just whatever your preference happens to be. All right, so here we have the medallion, and I am going to see if this works. Sometimes it works. It just depends on how the file put itself together. So I've got the outermost ring chosen. I'm going to put, it did work. Okay, perfect. So try that if you can. If you on one of these medallions where you just want to change the black color to a regular color and see if that works for you. So then you save and close it and go back to InDesign, and you notice that all three of them changed. You didn't have to do them separately. You just had to do them one time. So let's do one that's a little more complicated. I'm going to choose the cat. And I'm going to edit original. Now this one we're going to do in a different way. The first thing you need to do is make sure that you have your toolbar advanced selection done. So go down on Windows to toolbars, make sure that advanced is clicked, and then you're ready to go. This tool that we're going to be using, it's not the top one. There we go. The top one, whenever it's from default, is Shape Builder tool. So you look for that. It sort of looks like a cloud to me, but it's really two circles, one small one and one big one. And it's the second tool. So we need to have Live Paint Bucket chosen. And you'll notice that you've got three squares on the top of it. And if you'll open your swatches and look at the way it's colored, this is a color, then the next one is white, and the next one is black. The same thing that we have on our paint bucket. And if you use your arrow keys on your keyboard, you notice that not only am I switching colors on the top of the paint bucket, I'm also switching colors on the swatches panel. So notice that it changes as you scroll through. And you can even go down to the next layers. You can go up. So you have a lot of control with that so that you don't have to keep going over and picking colors. So right now we have a little can't do anything, the no sign on there. What we need to do is we need to select everything. Okay, now the no sign goes away. I'm going to go to orange so that I can put some orange on this kitty, because this kitty is a calico. Okay. Gonna give him an orange chin. Another little orange up here. Oops. If you click on the wrong thing, all you have to do is undo and you can go back. But you can tell which one you're going to put the color in because it has this highlight around it. Okay. So I'm going to change my color for the rug, and I just lost my swatches. I have two things stacked on top of each other, and so I touched the wrong thing. Okay, I'm going to choose that color of blue. And I don't want a black outline on this. It really doesn't hurt because there is an outline, but I just don't want that to be there. Okay, so now I've got to decide, and I'm going to close this up so I can see what I'm doing. I want to change some of the stripes. So I'm going to change this one to blue, and I'm going to change this one to blue, and this one to blue, and so on and so forth. So you can get as complicated or as simple as you want. But if you're going to do something pretty complicated, I suggest that you get as close as you can. I'm going to change this. I'm going the wrong direction. After a while, you kind of get to know where your colors lie. So see, I've got just the part of the eye selected. So you can get in close and be really more accurate with this, because you could easily slip and give the wrong thing a color. Okay, simple as that, like a coloring book, really. So then save it, not save as, but just save it and then close it. And now our kitty has picked up that color. Very good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and do all of these other colors really fast. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the final parts of this book. Okay, well, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, now I've got all of my nice little kitty cats colored. So I've got them in place, and I'm going to go through and check one more time to see how I like the placement of all of them, just to have one more look at it, because it's better to look at them and get them where you want them rather than get a printed 1,000 of them and not have the things in the right place. For this, I am going to turn on my lines and rulers because I want to be able to see if I've got these lines of text in the right place. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go through here. I moved this one up from the bottom because it was running into the fin. So I decided that I wanted to, and I might even adjust this a little bit. All right, I think I like that better. So this one should probably go up a little bit more, and maybe the kitty cat go up a little bit. And by the way, it's handy to have your layers all turned unlocked so that you can get to the cats and things easily. Okay. All righty. I want to move that one down a bit. All right. All right. Okay. So the next thing that we need to do is to look at our four pages of the cover. So I'm going to go up to the first page. I've already started working on it, so we'll just take a look at it. What I did here was something that is kind of fun and playful, putting the different colors behind the same text. And I have it grouped, but let me ungroup it and I'll show you what I've done. Okay, I have all kinds of different possibilities here, because when I came back and looked at it, I didn't really like it as well as when I did it. So that one, I put the outline behind the words, but some of this kind of gets a little weird here. So maybe I don't need to have it quite like that. So another little quick trick about InDesign: if you have two things stacked on each other, if you will look over here at the colors and hold down your command key and click, and it takes you through the things that are laying on top of each other in the same layer. Okay, I am going to change my stroke from an outside stroke to a straddle the path stroke. And now you see that I went from really thick lines, except for in the middle of the O and the E, and probably the A, yes. And if I put it this way, it's only in the O and the E. This way, it evenly distributes it everywhere. That may be a better look. And now I've decided I think I would rather have that to be white. That's the beauty of these softwares. You can change things in real time and decide if you like them or not. All right, I think I'm going to leave it like that. I was working in an outline text. Whenever I do something crazy to fonts, to the text, I like to outline them, but I always keep another copy over on the pasteboard because there's a lot of times that I've decided I want to have it done in a different way, a different font, or I've got it misspelled, or, all these kind of crazy things. So that is why I do that, so that I can use these fonts and their objects instead of flexible, editable text, live text. Okay, so now I'm going to turn off my lines and I'm going to look at this. That color is so bright. Unselect that. I think I have my color on a layer that may be locked. Let's just look for a second. There's my layers. No, but let's see where it's at. Okay, text is there, cat is there, backgrounds are there. So I'm going to lock those real quick so I can select it. I'm just thinking that needs to be toned down just a touch. No, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, okay. I don't like any of those things. I'm going to take this green and I'm going to get it to be closer to what the kitty cat's eyes are. Better, but not quite yet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an eyedropper. The eyedropper has color themes tool, and I don't use that necessarily. So I'm going to go to the center tool, and I'm working in InDesign. I never did say that, but that's where I'm working. Eyedropper, and I've got my block of color there selected. I'm going to click here. Now, you don't have to worry about that. Now, I like that much better because it's the same color as the cat's eyes. It's just much more cohesive. And I think what I'm going to do with this top piece of text, I'm going to change the color to this orange. And that was a very bad decision. I don't think I like that very much at all. But let's look at just for a second, let's look at the swatches, because I think if I know correctly, let's see, let's make a new color swatch. And okay, it says it's 100%, but I don't buy that. Let's just make it a little darker. Just not the right color. How about we do that? I like that just fine. Okay, so what I've done here is I have taken this, one of the big not mosaics, I'm sorry, one of the big medallions, whatever they're called, and I've put it behind this big book belongs to you. And I didn't add any color to this because that could potentially save money. I like the look. So that's what I did to that image. I just made it really big, and I've oops, sorry, don't allow. I'm not sure what I clicked. It's just really hard to work on such a tiny little space as this. Okay, so I'm going to get my correct one here, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is at 11%. So that's a pretty scaled back gray. So I think that will work just fine. And I truly like this cat. So what I did was I put it in this space here where we needed a little bit of a little bit of a pop of color, a little illustration. And so you put your name here. Okay, so I have got, and here is the circle C. That's one thing that I made a mistake on, and I want you all to correct it. If you don't, then it's on me. I am going to show you a little trick. There's this thing called glyphs. Go to glyphs and you'll see that there's all kinds of characters here that you don't have on your keyboard. So I have found this copyright symbol, but I am going to make this smaller. Okay. So I don't really like that position. You can put it in any position that you feel comfortable with, but I'm going to raise it up a little bit. Okay, so there's my copyright. That text has a mistake that I haven't caught before. See, this looking at it over and over helps you find those kind of mistakes. All right. So now we look at all of these, and those are fine. Always take a chance to look at them again before you turn it in. Go in. And here is the same image. I used the same image on the back cover. This is the inside back cover, which is blank. I just think it gives a nice end to the book. If you have some kind of thing you want to put here that it's just a burning desire, go ahead and put it in, but I'm leaving mine blank. And this is the back cover. We could make this a color, but I really and truly like this. I might put a black circle there. Okay. And this needs to just be centered graphically, because honestly, there's the heavy text that's at the very top sentence. It's just hard to center some things. You have to just do by eye, and you probably will go back and look at it several times. But anyway, that is the finish of my book. I'm not going to do anything else to it. Sometimes you have to just, one time I was listening to a famous painter talk about their work, and someone asked, how do you know when you're finished? And he said, you don't ever know when you're finished. Sometimes you just have to abandon it. Well, that's where I'm at with this now, and I'm sure you are too. But before we do, there's one more thing. How do you turn this in? Well, my suggestion is to follow this path. Go and find your package, and save your publication. And I think it's right here. Okay, so we're packaging the document. After you've packaged your files and you've saved them in some place where that you can get back to them in case you want to ever look at it again or show it to your grandchildren or whatever, I want you to go down from File down to this little part that says Publish Online. Okay. So you get this screen, and we want to publish a new document. So we want you name it whatever you want to name it, and put your name on the end of it. And you don't have to put a description. I did just for the fun of it. I'm going to leave this in a spread. You can do a single page so that each page comes up singularly, but I'm going to do it in a spread because we designed it in a spread. All right, so you hit publish, and then it starts doing its work in the background. So it's preparing, and now it's showing you a preview. You can stop the upload if you want to, but as long as you don't find any mistakes, you might as well just keep on going. All right, almost done. Almost done. There we go. It was successfully uploaded. So view your document. And you can view it in many ways. You can scroll with the buttons back and forth, or you can hit these thumbnails and look that way so you can see it. Oh, I want to go to that page. Okay. So this has given us a real-time place on the web. So let's go away from that. You can copy your link. So go back and copy the link and you can close that. And then I want you to save your document, open up a new document. Oops, I just hit the wrong thing. Cancel. I'm going to just say new file. I'm going to choose this one page, start with one. So I've just got a plain page. So for just to be safe, I'm going to copy my link here so that I don't lose it. So you can go up to Object, generate a QR code. So let's make sure I've got an old one in here. So let's just paste what I had on my pasteboard and say, okay. And you click and you've got a QR code. All right. You don't have to go to one of those free places, QR Monkey or whatever it is. That doesn't mean you can't. You can absolutely do that. But whenever you get through at this step, take your phone and make sure that it actually goes to a link. I'm going to do that right now and make sure that it goes to a link. You won't see what I'm doing, but you'll hear me oohing and awing, I'm sure. Camera. All right. And it says Adobe. And there it is on my phone. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There we go. Good deal. So what I want you to turn in is a PNG of this QR code. You can always give me the link too, just in case, but I definitely want the QR code. So I am going to export this, and I had the QR code selected. So I'm going to make this into a PNG and save. And I'm going to say just the selection because I have just this chosen, which means I'm going to not get an 8.5 by 11, but I'm going to get some sort of a square, 4 by 4, 3 by 3, something like that. So transparent background and export. And then it saves it in the same file that I've been working in. So if you have questions, be sure and text me. My phone number, my phone number for texting will be on the end of this, and also my email. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope you enjoyed the class. It sure is fun for me to show it to you. I just hope you have as much fun as I'm having. All right, well, I will see you later. Bye-bye.